it's time for Geeky Discoveries. I am your host, Willow Schuyler. I apologize for it being way too long since I've done a show. I I've been trying to uh, settle in on my new job, so I apologize if it took a little bit. But now it seems like I have Sundays as a regular day off, so knock on wood that it keeps up, that I don't have to move around my schedule. Um, and something weird happened. I've had like a weird ear infection, sinus thing happen, and doctors around here like to tell me not to come see them unless it gets really bad because they don't want to give me medicine just in case, you know, they can't treat it properly. So I kind of suffered with a really bad sinus infection for the last month. I'm being treated for it now, which it's going away, thank God. But I don't know, something. This is why it's important to go see a doctor, folks. And this kind of ties into the story of Val Kilmer. Please, if there is something wrong, if you feel that there is something wrong with your body, please go see a doctor and make sure you tell them, keep on looking. Because if you feel that there is something wrong, then if you're feeling it in your heart or in your body somewhere, you got to make sure that you fight for that diagnosis. So yeah, I have to go for a follow up this coming week to make sure that everything is cleared out and I'm a-okay. But yeah, and I hate I hate being treated for a sinus infection and the ear infection because every time they give me like those little saline bottles, like the nose sprays, it's it's a weird applicator that for some reason, and I'm an awkward person. Yes, you're supposed to spray it to the side, but for some reason I can't properly push down on it, so I have to like maneuver my hand around it so that I can push the plunger down properly. It's weird. I'm an awkward person. You think that I would figure it out by now? No, I haven't. So again, I'm fine. Like things are starting to get back to normal. I can breathe. uh, yes, we're going to be honoring Val Kilmer shortly. I'm just blathering on about why I haven't been on the last month. Um, no, you haven't missed anything. Trust me, Sarah. you, but today I went to buy some movies and I picked up a little friend. And she goes so well with the Canadian motif thing that I have going here. So yes, please meet Dogpool. And you know what? It's funny because apparently this was sitting on their desk for the last like couple months, or since Deadpool 2 came out, and nobody bought her. Like she is so cute. So I'm happy to take her home and add her to my collection. She's going to be sitting here on my computer. I'll try to see if I can find room for her in the background. But yes, she's my emotional support Canadian dog. um, but yeah, so I'm healing. My new job is going fairly well, I think. So hey, it's McDonald's, so obviously I'm doing something right if they take me. um, oh, I appreciate you guys so much, and in the chat, I'm so lucky to have my loyal fans. Donna, Carly, Carlene, hello. Carl Witzman, hello. Um, Donna says, don't forget to like and share, folks. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Hey, Willow, we missed you, but we understand. Yes, it sucks because, like, whatever, every time, like, hay fever starts up. Now that we're having a warm snap now, so we're seeing grass, which means, my allergies are going to act up. Yay! So I'm happy to get this out of the way before the mass exodus of pollen starts. We understand since you are working now. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you guys understanding. I know I shouldn't have to explain this, but yeah, but I am so lucky that McDonald's it does have an understanding side of, it may take a little bit for me to be trained properly. Yeah, you guys know. 2 Winsmans and 1 like so wrong. Hey, Sarah, good to see you. What did I miss at the beginning on? And we didn't actually start the party just yet, but I'll get to that in just a moment. So yeah, welcome to the show, everyone. Unfortunately, I don't have a co-host, but that's okay. Those of you in the chat are my co-host for the evening. And those of you who don't understand what it's like to go solo, you guys can vote for me for the worst podcast. All right, so I'm going to have to play this clip because I think this shows Val Kilmer's side of how talented he actually is.
Everybody in. The ceremony is about to begin.
Name, occupation.
Jim. Things are about to explode. You can feel it in the air. Planet is screaming for change, Morrison. We gotta make the myths.
Mr. Morrison, how'd you like to go make a record?
Sure, why not?
Jim Morrison, the god of rock.
The network have told us that they have a problem with the lyric, girl, we couldn't get much higher. They asked if you could say, girl, we can't get much better.
Girl, we couldn't get much higher.
Yeah!
I love it when you sing to me.
I'm the poet and you're my muse.
You hear them out there? It's you they want now.
They don't want me, they want my death.
You're a poet, not a rock star.
Mr. Morrison, gone too far. The show's over.
What are you gonna do about it?
Try to set the night on fire. Try to set the night on fire.
Go on, kill me.
The night on fire. Try to set the night on fire.
Val Kilmer had a range of acting that I'm still finding out about how talented he is. Ever notice how a lot of your favorite actors seem to have a connection with Juilliard? That's why. Super talented. He sang. That is his voice on that movie that he sang as Jim Morrison. And just amazing actor, amazing singer, just super talented man. And I've been a fan of his since I was a kid, and he is probably the most beautiful man that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I'm sure there's other beautiful men out there, but for some reason, I've always said that he's better than Brad Pitt. That's how much of a fan I am of him. Is he to me, he's better than Brad Pitt. But so beautiful. He just, I'm gonna miss him. Like this is a kick to me. This is a kick in the nuts for a talent like that to pass away. But I understand, that this is why it's important to make sure that your body is in check and to, double check everything. Unfortunately, cancer is a bitch and will kill you slowly. It hurts because I was hoping to see him return to the big screen, or even as an actor in on streaming. I know he was trying to get his career back, but and I apologize for that clip. I should have warned you guys. Those of you wearing headsets should probably turn down your headset. Yeah. Sorry, I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the show. This is to honor Val Kilmer's life. I first was introduced to Val Kilmer in the movie Willow, which the name does not have any. It's just coincidental that I use the name Willow. It's kind of a the name here. Okay, I'll explain where I got the name Willow from. It's to remember where I grew up, and that whole thing of you can use you can name yourself a porn star by using the street that you grew up on and your first pet. Well, then I would be Willow Sparky, and that wouldn't have worked for my name. So I use Willow as my stage name and my podcast name, because nobody wants to know who my real name is, because it's boring. But Willow, the movie Willow, was the first movie with Val Kilmer I've ever seen, and that was like my deep dive into becoming a nerd. And the title of the show gave me a hint of possibility that he died, but was verifying. I haven't watched anything but streamed DVD of watching something. It's okay. It's okay, Sarah. I'm glad that you're here anyway. But his role in Willow was where it began, where my love of him began. I remember thinking, like seeing him for the first time on we rented the movie, and I remember just like looking at him as he's going through his characters in that movie, and thinking he's really cute, like that. And I was like, what, 4 or 5 when that movie came out. I just remember seeing him that's an adorable little because he played a little creature, a little warrior, and I'm like, oh, he's so cute as this little character. But just And then the movie The Saint came out, and I understand how a lot of the I'm trying to be nice here, the older folk who watched the show The Saint. I understand your hatred towards this movie came from, but I actually loved the movie itself. Val Kilmer doing like all these doing the prosthetics and being becoming these other characters in this movie definitely showed his range of how talented he actually is. The Saint, I loved it, and I think that had they done a little bit of a better job with researching the role and the movie itself and writing the movie itself, I think it could have been a good series. But I mean, hey, it introduced my generation to The Saint, which is a very good show on its own. I actually really enjoyed the movie. And then, of course, there was Tombstone. And then there was, okay. I wasn't a huge fan of his Batman role, unfortunately. I didn't think of him as a good Batman. I know a lot of people did like him as that, but I didn't like it as, because the storyline was kind of meh. It didn't show Val, and it didn't give Val a good chance to prove that he was a good actor in that movie. And unfortunately, I feel like that kind of stagnated his career a little bit. But I just feel like if Val was trying very hard to redeem himself throughout the years after, yeah, I know that he worked with a lot of famous people, and I will let this clip go for you guys.
You guys really are cowboys.
What's your problem, Kazansky?
You're everyone's problem.
Val Kilmer was one of the biggest stars of the 80s and 90s.
You can be my wingman anytime.
Bursting onto the scene in the original Top Gun as the cool pilot Tom Iceman Kazansky opposite Tom Cruise.
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
Then as the Dark Knight in Batman Forever.
If Bruce Wayne could have given his life for your family, he would have.
Kilmer was the quintessential leading man with rugged good looks and charisma for days.
Break on through, break on through.
He did his own vocals in one of his most critically acclaimed performances, playing Jim Morrison in Oliver Stone's The Doors.
Girl, we couldn't get much higher. Yeah.
But it was his sardonic Doc Holliday in Tombstone that would win the hearts of theatergoers.
I'm your huckleberry.
Kilmer was born in Los Angeles and was the youngest person at the time to be admitted into the prestigious performing arts school, Juilliard. For 30 years, starring alongside some of Hollywood's brightest stars.
Look up idiot in the dictionary. You know what you'll find?
Picture me.
In 1995, he teamed up with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro in Heat.
The bank is worth the risk.
But in 2014, Kilmer was diagnosed with throat cancer, losing his voice due to a tracheotomy, which he discussed with our Chris Connolly.
I feel a lot better than I sound. I feel wonderful.
What do you miss most about your old voice, Val?
But I had one, and I didn't laugh like a pirate.
Kilmer continued to act with his voice being dubbed over by other actors, returning to the silver screen in 2020, starring alongside his daughter Mercedes in her on-screen debut.
You're my dad. You'll always be my dad, no matter how your life becomes.
My kid.
I'm so proud to have been in this film and to have worked on this film, like, not just because my dad is my actual dad, but because it really meant a lot to me to be able to be involved in this film that centers a disabled actor or an actor with a disability.
His final film appearance would be in the most successful movie of his career, returning to the role of Iceman in Top Gun Maverick.
The Navy needs Maverick.
Val Kilmer died of pneumonia Tuesday. He was just 65 years old. And Val told GMA about returning to that role in Maverick, saying it was absolutely moving for him, and that in between takes, he and Tom Cruise laughed like they were high school kids.
Nice
I
image.
love hearing that.
Yeah, but his range.
Yeah.
Like I said, so many different genres.
So many genres. He was very talented. Youngest student at the time ever admitted to Juilliard. He will be missed.
And that says it all.
All right. Thank you, Lara.
Youngest student ever to go to Juilliard. That, yeah, 65 is definitely too young, but yeah. One role that I would have loved to see him in, and this is me, you know, maybe playing on his looks a little bit, but I think he would have done a good job as Albert Wesker in Resident Evil. I think he could have played that role top notch, probably been the best villain ever in any movie. I would have loved to see that, but yeah, that would mean that they would have to write a good script for a Resident Evil movie. Yeah. Oh yeah. He his like one of his last movies, aside from Top Gun Maverick, he did try to revive his career in MacGruber, where he played a villain. I know that there are fans of SNL, the current rendition of SNL right now, and I'm trying not to piss them off as much as I can, but MacGruber was not a very good movie. I'm sorry. That Val Kilmer played that role as the villain very well, and he acted his heart out. But the movie itself just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like past the point where I find SNL funny now. I don't know, but yeah, MacGruber wasn't the best movie for anyone to try to revive their acting career. You know what? And I've seen parts of his comedic movies about spies. What was it? Top Secret. I believe that was. I will go to his IMDb just to make sure. But he is hilarious. There is, if I can find it as well. If you guys look up his stuff on YouTube, he actually has. Some stuff of when he was doing the role of Mark Twain, and it was like a one man show, Mark Twain comedy thing, and he is freaking hilarious, and he looked like Mark Twain. So I'm gonna actually try to find a picture of that. And if I can find a proper video. think I found something. I hope this is a funny one because I've kind of gone down the rabbit hole a little bit.
When I first came in, we only had the telegraph. Now we got the aerial plane, the automobile, special theory of relativity, cinematography. Can anyone here explain to me the special theory of relativity? Ooh, this young Dr. Einstein, he is a genius. Although I got a bone to pick with him, he stole my look. Special theory of relativity, I will explain to you. It's really, really very simple. Young Dr. Einstein maintains that everything we see in this material world is relative and special. I thank you so much. Yeah, I got special relatives.
I'm actually kind of pissed off that I'm finding this now after he had passed. But I'm actually glad that this stuff is out there for us to find. Yeah. Oh, he looks just like him, and just yeah. But that's the talent of what Val Kilmer has brought to Hollywood, and for us to find. And I'm sure that we're gonna find, or his family's gonna like release nonstop videos of their of all the stuff that he's worked on outside of being on. He's a Broadway star. Island of Dr. Moreau. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It just it's hurting me to lose such a talented actor. But again, I'm sure that we're gonna be his family's gonna release these more images and more video of the work that hasn't been shown to the public. And to Val Kilmer's family, if you guys happen to see this video, thank you so much for sharing his life with us, his talent with us, and many hugs and kisses to you guys as you guys are healing. But yeah, just the fact that you can tell it's his facial features and completely different, it just shows the scope of his skill. Yeah, he has a lot. He has I didn't know that he actually had a YouTube channel of his stuff. But this is why you need to appreciate celebrities, or like your favorite actors or your favorite people, creatives, your favorite creatives. Appreciate them while they're alive, because you'll never know what kind of work that they've actually done unless you go down the rabbit hole. I'll see if there's more of his stuff that I can post up. And that was 11 years ago, apparently. And if there is a video of the whole thing. I hope to find it. Oh. This might be good. Sorry, I know I should have loaded all this stuff in before the show, but you know me, I like to do things last minute.
Over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. I see a band of angels coming for me, coming for to carry me home.
I'm sure he played that up a little too much, where he acted like the crazy old man walking down the streets. Definitely a way of keeping it alive by everything out there of him. Not many have all that besides pics of and mementos. That's amazing. Shirt pulls. Yeah, it definitely does pull on the heartstrings. uh, yeah, that song. Swing low, sweet chariot, come. Yeah. See, and I'm bad at that because I can't sing that whole song. Just wondering what the people around thought about him doing that. I would have loved to see him like it. I don't know if I would have survived living in Los Angeles. But who knows? But seeing something like that, like going to the grocery store and seeing a guy dressed up as Mark Twain, I'd probably follow him around with my camera. Just to see where he goes, just to see like if this guy is for real, or am I just imagining a guy that looks like Mark Twain walking around? I see, and that's the funny thing. I'm sure it's practically normal life out in certain parts of LA to see people being weird like that, like, you know, in strange costumes, and because it's a city of actors. Probably ignore that kind of stuff out there. It's everyday. Yeah. Here in my city, you see people walking around talking to themselves, or, you know, being strange. Yeah, we kind of keep our distance, but excuse me. Years ago, okay, so here's a funny thing. Years ago, I was at a mall waiting to meet up with my then boyfriend. We're no longer, we broke up. We had a really bad relationship. And but while I was waiting for him, I met some very interesting people that were in costume. They were at a sci-fi convention. that there was a sci-fi convention happening in downtown Winnipeg. And this is where I came to find out that KeyCon happens May long weekend. um, and who would have thought that, 10 years later, 15 years later, I'll have to actually do the math on that. Years later, I think it would actually be a bit more. 15, it sounds about right. 15 years later, I would become the the co-chair. And we're bringing in Jim Butcher. Sadly, it doesn't happen anymore in downtown Winnipeg, but it's happening at the Hilton Airport Suites, which is very fun, a very great hotel, no bed bugs. And if you guys happen to be in the Winnipeg area, May long weekend, please come down and join us. So at that time, like these people were dressed up as like warriors and Klingons, and it's just like, what is going on? Who are these people? I am the one who will go up to them and try to figure out what's happening. I flock to the weird. Oh, hey, Dan. Hi. I'm happy that you joined us. You can wait till it's over. So yes, going back to Val Kilmer. I don't know what, it's hard to say what words. It's hard to say what my favorite role with him in it, but I'm gonna have to say it probably was Willow. But I don't know, it's just seeing him as Mark Twain though. Here, come on. I'm having trouble stealing images. Here, fine. Canva it is. Close that. And he has that look like you've seen him before, and if I happen to see him on walking around the street or whatever, and I didn't know that he was an actor, he would definitely have that look to him, like, oh, I know I've seen you before. Where do I know you? But especially as Mark Twain, if you would have seen him walking around the street and you didn't know he was playing a character, he would look like pretty much every the old man that has stories. That is Val Kilmer as Mark Twain. That's a makeup test. He looks like a bus driver that I know. I'll have to show that picture to my husband because I think he'll laugh. It wasn't too many years ago when I got weird looks when I said, so that's what a Klingon. Hey, our nerdum has to start somewhere, and I didn't watch many movies until recently, but it wasn't until I went to KeyCon that I got introduced to. Why am I blanking? Brain fart happens at least once every episode. The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, I don't know where I was the last 40 years that the movie existed, but at that time, we were like that. We at KeyCon we show the movie every year, or we try to, and we do a sing along, but yes, we do try to do the audience participation, but minus some items that we're not allowed to bring into the hotel because of messes. But yeah, I don't know why I haven't watched the Rocky Horror Picture Show prior to going to the convention, but I have missed you is what I was trying to say before I hit the camera. It's okay. I missed you too, and I'm so happy that you're here. No, Val Kilmer wasn't in Rocky Horror, though I'm pretty sure he would knock that role. He would have knocked that role out. I'm sure he would have looked sexy in that role just as much as everybody else that was in it. Yeah, brain farting all around. Tim Curry. Tim Curry was in that movie. I don't think I'd get on that bus, but it would feel creepy. Probably this. You aren't stealing things, Will. You are using fair use educational purpose. Oh, hey, I like that. I'll have to remember that. But yes, Dan, I missed you too, and I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you all being here. So, but Val just has that special. Even though he looks like, your typical LA heartthrob surfer boy, he has heart to him. There's something about him that just you're drawn to, and I really hope that his family does release some more of his stuff. Tim Curry was with all due respect to all other cast members. Oh, trust me, and I had this conversation with my husband the other day when I said that I think that in certain roles that Brad Pitt got, I feel like Val Kilmer could have done a little bit differently. But at the same time, could Brad do any of Val's roles any better? Who knows? They both have different acting styles, and Val actually did date Angelina Jolie, so maybe and Cher. I mean, come on. For him to be able to say that he dated Cher and and Angelina Jolie, that's amazing. Like, and Cher even said that it's funny because she actually said that during an interview that she was mad that he left. So something happened between them that angered him enough to leave, or it made him leave. But he apparently didn't date much after. Or he didn't date much after he dated Angelina Jolie. But just something about his relationship with Cher stuck with her. And I guess she was in love with him deeply. Do I need to shave? My wife would be unhappy. I don't know. I think, Dan, I think you'd be able to pull off a good Mark Twain. You would just have to let the mustache grow a little bit out more, if that's possible. But then that would mean that you'd have to shave the beard, and I know us ladies tend to like the beard and the mustache together. It's great that you and your wife love your stash. When my husband shaves on his holidays, is just to let everything regrow fresh, it bugs me. I don't like it. I don't like when he shaves, when he does the baby face. I keep telling him that he should go back to just doing the goatee look, but yeah, just whenever he shaves fully, it just, to me, it maybe it's like a brain processing thing. Like, I'm so used to him having a mustache, and I'm so used to him having, well, his whole face covered in fuzz, that it just. And I met him before as he was growing his mustache. But my brain just doesn't process the naked look. I don't know. I don't know if I should put that comment up here. You know what? Screw it. Facial pubes, literally, because they come with puberty. That's what you get with my show, folks. You never know what kind of comments you're going to get, or what people might say. All kinds of randomness, because that's what this show is. I love the fact that we have a whole conversation going in the chat. I don't know what I'm going to say the majority of the time. If you guys want to read what's happening in the chat, you guys have to go on YouTube. Yeah. But this is what I love about you guys. You guys make the conversation so much better. And I appreciate every single one of you. Apparently this is a thing. Ask Aunt Donna and Don if I kiss sufficiently well. Okay. I will. If I ever meet you, Dan, I might have to put you to the test. You guys are amazing. I do this for you guys, so I appreciate you guys being here and keeping me keeping me informed and well entertained while I do my show. You guys are the backbone of this show. This is why I've done it for so long. Back to Val, he will be missed, but at least we have his films to for remembrance. Exactly. And he now I'm gonna have to rewatch The Doors because his voice in that, he practiced so hard to get that role. And he even said that, you know, he made the director listen to him, and the director even said that he couldn't discern whose voice was whose, because they were going to dub it. Like, they were going to dub his voice, and Val's like, no, I can sing. And he practiced for 6 months to get Jim Morrison's voice down. 6 months. He learned 50 songs for that role. If the day arrives, I'll do my best to melt your nylons. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, and I don't know, like Top Gun. I make fun of it a lot. It is a good movie, but it's not like my favorite movies. It's not my favorite movie from the 80s. Yeah, the the half-naked guy running around thing is very like cheesecake. But I mean, hey, us women need movies on occasion like that. And I'm not gonna. I'm not the only one who thought that Val Kilmer was the sexiest man alive. I'm pretty sure that they've given him that. They gave him that name in the magazine, at least at one point. And that hair. The hair. I don't know how guys can have hair like that, and I try. I have natural curly hair, and I'm lucky if it looks anything like, you know, Val Kilmer and playing playing Jim Morrison. My hair is dry and dead at most times. Although, here's the weird thing. Since starting work at McDonald's, I don't know, maybe the oil is doing something to it. It looks more healthy than it's ever been. I don't know. And I don't think it's the shampoo that I'm using. Okay. I'm just going to delete that. No, I do not want to apply for a visa. I have credit cards, and I'm very much in debt because of them. Thanks for your concern. You don't have a team of hairdressers helping? No. I haven't been to a hairdresser in I want to say since the pandemic. I've been to one, I think it was like just after the pandemic happened. And yeah, I haven't been to a hairdresser in a long time. I actually I dye my own hair. And I probably shouldn't, but the last hair dye I bought was from a dollar store. Dollar Tree has really good hair dye. I don't know if it's actually I don't know. It $2 for a hair dye. So I wanted to test it out, and it covered. It did a lot better than a lot of the like going to a drugstore and buying stuff for like $10 or $20. But yeah, I probably should go see a hairdresser. I probably need a trim. I think this is the longest my hair has. I've let my hair go in recent years. And experts, yes. Hairdressers and makeup experts, yeah. But you know what? And it's funny because I actually worked with one guy at EB Games who had beautiful hair, and I'm like, how do you have such nice hair? He goes, I don't know. I just use like the same stuff that I scrub my body with, and it's like, maybe that's what we're doing wrong. Dyed my hair black with dye from dollar store for a cosplay. Temporary dye lasted almost 2 years. I know there's like a Walmart brand that is apparently like rug dye or some BS, but I don't know. I stick to the stuff that I know works for my hair. But Val Kilmer, man of many roles, huge talent. I'm gonna miss you, man. Like, this sucks, but I know that, yeah. The convention in heaven is it keeps adding new celebrities, and I'm gonna look forward to going to that convention in the sky one of these days. Not now. I want to wait till I'm old and gray, and this body is no longer moving. But unfortunately, when it's our time, it's our time. Val, you are a fantastic actor, and I can't wait to be introduced to more of your stuff as I do more deep dives on not just your YouTube page, but I hope that I am introduced to some of your Broadway stuff. You'll be missed, bud. And I think that's where I'm going to end my show. You guys have a great night. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Sarah, Dan, Carl, and Donna for keeping me in line in the chat. I have been white-haired since I was 20. Since you were 25. be another conversation, a conversation for another show. Good night, Carl. I appreciate you guys. Be good to each other, okay? The Canada votes on April 28th. Make sure that we, please do yourself the favor. Look up smartvoting.ca. Look up who is running in your riding, and look at everybody's platform, not just the party that you're voting, that you want to vote for. You got to make sure that you're voting properly and for the right person. From your emotional support Canadians, I want you guys to have a great night and a great week, great month if I'm not back here. All right. I love you. Have a good night.
My name is Mark Weiss, and I am the founder and president of an organization called Comic Books for Kids. 6 years ago this month, we embarked on a journey of passion and heart. Our goal was to make a difference for children in hospitals and cancer centers. Little could we have ever imagined the response we have now. Starting with just hopes and dreams. We had no money for our mission. We had no product to give to the hospitals, and we had only called a couple hospitals and asked them, if we were to provide you with comic books, would you be interested? And they said yes. So we embarked on a 1-year journey to make a difference for these kids. We realized that even though we can't take away the reason these children are in hospitals, we can perhaps, while they are there, let them fly like a superhero, be princes and princesses, and embark on a mystical and magical journey to take them away from where they are in that hospital bed. Today, and thanks to your support, we are thrilled to say that we are now the largest charity in the U.S., supporting well over 200 hospitals in all 50 states for not only comic books, but for other pop culture items like Funko Pops, action figures, coloring books, Spanish bilingual items, backpacks, and more. When we received materials that were inappropriate for the young ones, we started a sister charity called Comic Book for Troops, and overnight, we became the largest charity in the U.S. for these same items to all branches of the military. We want to thank our friends for providing us their support and for allowing us the means to make so many happy with their gracious give to us.